Yo, what's going on? We're live. I'm here with the Wizard right there. And welcome to Wizard Wednesday, 44 Recording Live. If you're catching the replay, don't forget to hit subscribe and the bell notification if you want to be notified when we go live on the channel. Typically, we go live Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 8, but we're going to be changing the schedule up in April because we're putting out something special. The Kickstarter is coming out for our preamp that we designed and are going to be kickstarting. So, but yeah, hit the bell to make sure you're notified, subscribe. And if you're watching this in the replay, don't forget that you can always go 1.5x or 2x to speed through it faster and hear what we're talking about quicker. So DBO, David, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. We got some people strolling in right now. We're just getting the lighting together. Jay's got some lights, some new lights we're testing out. So
I got backlight. Looks cool.
yeah, it looks good, man.
I think this maybe
A little brighter.
it's gonna wash us out and
That looks,
close. But
yeah, that looks pretty good.
that looks pretty good overall.
Is there a way, maybe, can we point the white light a little bit more toward Ganesha? Just so it's not, because it just looks like a big lens flare almost or something. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Oh, wait, yeah. Yeah, that looks good. I think just, yeah, that's good. Maybe like, yeah. Much brighter than it was in January, that's for sure. Thanks, David. Yeah. Yep, we're getting some new lights in here. Jay got the same light kit as me, a couple lights from Amazon, so we're just trying to get them set up. Yo, twin, what's going on? Good to see you.
Don't look any better.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of like, but yeah,
Adjusting intensities. And
yeah, we're just trying to. We were practicing actually for Be Cool Cowboy. Oh, thanks, man. I just haven't shaved. I wasn't going for the beard, but thank you. Yeah, we were just practicing, so we kind of like lost track of time, which is always a good thing when you're doing something you want to do. And we were just running through some songs, so we're a little bit behind the 8 ball as we've been the past couple times, but it's all in good fun. So
I'm always late. Better late than never.
I think you're pretty punctual, Jay.
Only when I come to your house because I don't want to look like a total heel.
Well, I'm trying to get better at being punctual too. So
I actually think I might be trying to get worse at it.
really,
Because it seems like that's how it's
yeah,
going.
you seem like to be the guy that's always there like an hour before you need to, and then you're just like hanging out.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty.
It's a good thing though, man. It's a good quality. A lot of people in today's world are not. Hey, it's Rodrigo. Welcome back, my friend. Our first south of the border streamer. So that's awesome. Thanks for coming back, Rodrigo. Good to have you again. We're actually live from Jay's studio in Saugerties, New York. And we're just getting some stuff set up. We're setting up some music for the background. And but yeah, welcome. I think this is your first Wizard Wednesday as well, Rodrigo. Welcome. Thanks for coming through again. And yeah, this is where we usually hang out. Sometimes we do some demos, but I don't know. We've been having a little bit of issue with the whatchamacallit, the Wi-Fi. Well, there's no Wi-Fi here, but the LTE seems to be kind of spotty. So hopefully it is good on your guys' end. But so sometimes we move around and do some recording stuff in the live room. But I would show you the studio too. But usually when we do that, things tend to go haywire. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to get that straightened out in the future. But
Well, we just got to get some Wi-Fi.
we got to get some secret Wi-Fi up here because Jay doesn't want his clients to know. I think. Did you want to go outside for a second, Jay?
Yeah, we'll go out and green room it.
We're gonna green room it for a second. Drop some tunes on here. We'll be back in like 5 minutes. We just wanted to get this set up. Like I said, we're a little behind the 8 ball tonight. So hey, Matt, what's going on? Matt's birthday boy. Birthday live stream weekends. So that's cool. Green room, yeah, yep. I'll let you, yeah. Nah. This is Joe McNulty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great, man.
This is the one, he made this record on a borrowed Tascam 4-track, and I mastered it a couple weeks ago.
What?
I think he did it on, is it the 488, the 8-track?
Yeah, 484 maybe?
I think it's the 488.
Or 464? 388?
No, 388's a big motherfucker.
Oh, right.
But this there's too many tracks here to have been done on a 4-track, but it's definitely cassette. He doesn't know reel to reel.
Whoa. So it's 8-track cassette. That's cool.
Yeah.
488 is the 8-track from Twin. Thank you, Twin.
Yeah, I thought so.
But I thought there was like somebody was talking last night about the 464. I think Mike Forrester was shouting out that he does that. Hey, Catface. Yeah, he just made it. Thanks for coming through. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I feel like everybody's here, Jay. We should. I don't want to like leave everybody. What's going on? Oh, I think the 464 is a 4-track. Oh, hey, Coop. Man, everybody's coming out, showing their colors tonight. What's going on? Good to see you guys. I think that the how's the service over there? How is there any dropouts? It seems to be looking pretty good.
So I'm gonna start this from the top.
Okay.
And turn the volume up. And
so we're gonna play some 4-track tunes real quick that Jay mastered.
Yeah, these are.
Are they both shows?
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's an idea for a movie. It's about basically like. If Jesus were a regular guy talking to some asshole about his favorite beer, sitting in a bar or something about somebody with a shiner, some pretty interesting shit. And the other one is a song about a piece of shit car and trying to make it last forever. And,
I can relate to that.
So anyway, idea for a movie is first. Scratching on Break is the second. And,
cool.
Joe really doesn't have an internet presence yet.
That's right. So this is Joe McNulty. He's a buddy of.
Yeah, I've known him for a couple of years. We did some recording project stuff together on his.
He has no internet presence, no online presence. He's
a traveling
kind of like a busker, right?
He's a traveling busker when he can
troubadour.
When he can figure out how to travel. Right now, I think he's in Brooklyn for a couple months, but he's going to be out on the road again, just making his way. So if any of y'all are anywhere near Key West, keep an eye out for him. He'll be the one singing Wagon Wheel real nice. He's a good musician, though. He actually played everything on this. He played drums on it, too. So give it a listen. And,
all right, yeah.
We're going to go pre-game for a minute.
This was recorded on a 488 8-track cassette.
It's definitely 8-track. Definitely cassette, so I'm going to guess it's 488. So anyway, that aside, here's the...
We're going to hit the green room, so...
Here's the idea for a movie.
Jesus in the trench coat, walking down Main Street, talking to the ladies in black on the corner, crying in his beer in the neighborhood bar. Jesus can't drive cause he's got no car. Smokes Camel Crush all the way down to the filter, throws it down, stomps it with his boot on the sidewalk, walks around for hours when he's got nothing to do, hoping all the time to find something new. Daddy left his baby with a chip on his shoulder. Thought he would forget it when the kid got older. Fucked around a little like we all tend to do. Took some good drugs at the neighborhood zoo. Thought he was a piggy and his hand was a cobra. 10 years later and still not sober. Lost a couple friends and he told a lot of lies. Jesus just living like a normal guy now. Head to Colorado in the dead of winter. Chevy with a bed made of timber, sleeping in the cab, -8 degrees, with a crazy college girl whose record's clean. When you get pulled over and you get pulled out, she just start grinning when you run your mouth off. Nothing comes of it and you're down the road. Cop recommends where the locals go. Stop and sit yourself at the Triple C diner, line up the guy with a fresh cut shiner. Some asshole had his favorite beers. Think hot coffee and a cup of beers. Try to plan ahead, girl, what are we to do? Can't remember yesterday, tomorrow is a lifetime. Running like a river in his little cook boots. Jesus just living like me and you now. enough to shave his beard. Jesus left his lover in a pool of love, drowning and there's no one there to pick her up. Can't keep complaining that the deck is stacked. Can't keep moving when your mind is racked. Gotta keep moving, gotta keep moving, gotta keep moving, gotta keep moving. Back in the 90s when the world was weird, Jesus one day just disappeared. Walking down Main Street, talking to the ladies in black on the corner, crying in his beer in the neighborhood bar. Jesus don't drive cause he got no car, smokes Camel Crush all the way down to the filter, throws it down, stomps it with his boot on the sidewalk, walks around for hours when he's got nothing to do, hoping all the time to find something new. Spend it fast. On a four-wheel drive conversion van. Yeah, I drive around the country till I'm out of town, but it takes a lot of money and a will of iron. Got the car blocks in my cousin's yard. There's the tailpipes busted. Oh, yeah, I wake up all the neighbors when I turn along. The old beer can fix won't last too long. It's a hard life. Somebody's gotta live it. Where the scratching on break. You don't see me coming, gonna hear me soon. The old 2.2 screaming at the moon. Well, the radio's smoking and the AC's hot. Might need a new axle 'cause I heard pop. Somewhere inside the valley there's a plot of land where the old junk cars pile up like sand. You know it goes a singing out and counting true. And I did a little work for the old car dude. It's a hard life. Somebody's gotta live it. Where the party lasts is where the beer stays cold. I've been digging up dirt from a pot of gold. When the little pepper watch that sucker grow, might grow a little better down in Mexico. But the big shots shoot, I just don't know. I'm scratching on break. I might dream of California in my
Yo, what's up? All right, we're here. We made it.
That's a lot of ground to cover.
What's going on, guys? So we stepped out. We were just getting things set up in here, and but yeah, we're ready to rock. What are you guys up to? What's been going on, chat? Who do we got? Well, yeah, we're nice and toasted. We're ready to rock.
No toasting, no toasting.
Yeah, we don't toast. We don't toast.
We go out to the green room, which literally is outside, so it'll be green here in the next 2 months sometime.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
It'll literally be the green room then.
It's like super. It's like super tame. We just kind of like hung outside, have like a little like pregame, like
Yeah, I think we
chat,
pretty much tend to do that here.
and just
actually,
just to
that's
get things
everything
rolling a
from
little
home.
bit too, because
Yeah, let the stream even out.
yeah,
Let the quality come up. Make sure
that the thing's like gonna stream.
Yeah.
Because the other thing, that was the thing last week. I don't know. That was last week, right, when we jammed?
week before.
Oh man. Okay.
Last week we were at your place.
Because of the snow.
Well, the supposed snow.
Right. Oh man, I'm like
The not snow.
things like that seems so long ago, but
It
yeah.
all runs together when you
Right.
don't have to worry about being on somebody else's clock, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what happened was, because I was saying about the stream health, we figured out a spot. We have it marked on the ground, but in terms of the stream, like we had that all set up to go, and then we didn't really test the stream quality. So, we were that night we were like on Instagram, we were on YouTube,
Yeah.
and then we went back to Instagram, back to YouTube. So it was
What were the Instagram stats like on it? Did you get
pretty
any?
solid. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess the same as this, or maybe not as little less because we don't really do Instagram streaming, but.
Yeah. Well, we do now.
Right. But I mean, yeah, I'm a fan of the YouTube streaming platform. I gotta say, like, and they also added a new thing that we should try. And if any of you guys are interested in streaming from YouTube, you can now stream from your computer really easily. So that's something I want to try. It's very similar to the phone, which I don't know if any of you guys know anything about streaming, but it's just super like you need to have a special encoder and something that especially works with streaming. You have to have stuff set up, but the phone makes it easy, and now they made this newer, easier method with like your computer, and you just pretty much just one click. When I first started streaming, I didn't realize that it was so you have to make it so that you have a special program and then certain stuff set up, and then make sure that is feeding a signal. Like I didn't realize it was like that. And then the phone, we found out it was just actually easier than having to go through that whole rigmarole of doing that. So, but now YouTube wised up, and now they've made it so um, you can do the same thing with your computer. So, I guess what I want to ask you guys, because what I'm leading into saying here is
What
that,
up, Exodus?
what's up, Jeremy? What I'm leading into saying is that you know, YouTube seems like it's going to be.
What's going on, Pete?
Yo, what's going on, guys? We got a lot of Chris. What's going on?
Chris, can you hear us better now that the music's off?
Turn up your mic, Pete. Yeah, we got some.
I'm guessing.
Joel came through. Kevin, what's up? Yeah, that was some music that we were playing, Kevin, from one of Jay's sessions a while ago, or something that he mastered recently that was done on a 488 8-track cassette player or recorder.
Says it's still a bit quiet.
Weird. I'm trying to like project more. Let me see if I can. If I turn the volume up on this, if it helps. I just don't want to like touch this thing. Let's see. I guess what I was leading into saying was that with the live streaming, YouTube's I think is going all in on it because live streaming is becoming a very popular platform, especially for gaming stuff. But obviously, we're not gaming here. We're talking recording. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that could be a big part of the channel going forward. Streaming, obviously, it's a fun thing to do. We enjoy doing it, and we commit to doing it. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll just spitball some ideas as to what else we could do on the stream, because we know we're going to start doing some live stuff.
Yeah.
We could do some kind of recording, techniques or something. But streaming, just in general, for the channel and for I don't know, the world in general, seems to be a big. Really, I don't want to say really popular. It sounds like I'm just super old. I'm like, streaming is going to be the next big thing. You know, it already is happening. It's already happened. And I mean, we're on the boat, but it's it's speeding away from the shore. And it's been doing that for a while, but now we just realize like, oh shit, yeah, we're on the boat. But I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is YouTube seems to be going all in on the streaming. I think that there's two different things. It's like you can make the videos that we do, that are the the DBX video, those type of things, the rants. And that's like one type of video, and then streaming is like another big thing that's taking over, I think, YouTube and YouTube gaming. So
DBO, the tracks were actually really clean when they came in. There was a fair bit of hiss in there, but I think that record is 9 tracks. I put those into a project, and I made a whole bunch of corrections and did a bunch of cleanup on them, and then mastered them up. And they cleaned up really nice, especially for a homespun cassette thing. I mean, Joe is an extremely proficient musician, but as far as the recording side of it, he just kind of like hangs mics on things for the most part. There's not really a lot of like concentration on technique there. So I thought it came out really great, and the songs are to me anyway, the songs are pretty interesting. His subject matter varies quite a bit across this whole catalog. So
yeah, how's the health doing? It seems like this thing is like tripping out a little bit. I don't know if it's just this. But
I don't know how to see what the health is doing.
Well, it's like it keeps like loading almost. Well, how's it looking out there? Is it still good? I mean, sorry, we always have to figure this out, but did he use any outboard gear or just the 8-track pre's? Do you know?
I would guess he probably just used the pre's. I know that he was the mics he had were a 57 and a 58, so it's pretty much like the drum kit is like 2 mics. There's one somewhere near the kick drum, and then there's one over top of the drum or the drums, whatever, out in the room someplace. But
do you think we could get him on the stream?
Yeah, I mean,
it'd be fun to talk to him and talk to him about the recording.
Well, I talked to him about being on the stream for an interview and also for some kind of performance, and he seemed like he was down for that. He sort of seemed like
he's not really. What did he say? He sort of seemed like.
He seemed like he kind of wanted to like get some guys together and try to do like a band situation, but
that would be cool.
I honestly have seen him play, probably 10 or 15 open mics, and he can do it just fine by himself. I mean,
yeah, he seems like a very seasoned musician.
Yeah.
He's playing outside and on the street, I feel like that's where you really get your chops up, because you're playing so often and you really don't.
Well, you also are
getting
playing
over those jitters too, because you're just playing to.
You're playing to strangers, but you're also playing for dinner.
Right.
So you got to get over, like, you know,
Yeah, right. You
got to get over the bullshit. He was living in like a boat that he was renting for like, I think it was like $50 a week or something.
Oh,
It was
wow.
like, it was docked in like the fucking, I
Key
don't
West
know.
or something?
Yeah, like in the ocean, I guess, in some kind of, in the harbor or the bay or whatever the fuck's there.
Yeah.
And
Oh, really quick. Did that volume adjustment do anything on your guys' end? Because I adjusted the I don't know. I adjusted the volume on my phone. I don't know if that helps, hurts, did anything. So
Chris, I've never made tape loops with the cassette, but I'm sure that there are guys on the forum who have, and some of them may be here. Some of those folks may be here.
yeah, and there's also a YouTuber, Amulets, that does like noise stuff with the four
Loops,
tracks.
yeah.
And Amulets has an awesome video about tape looping. So check out his channel. It's just the amulets, like I guess it's like a necklace, right, or like a medallion.
AMULETS.
Yeah.
Amulets.
Just search Amulets YouTube, and there's a great video. I've been meaning to do a video on tape loops. That's something that keeps falling through the cracks. I should probably just. Can I get that notepad, actually, Jay? I'm just gonna write that down. It's something I've been wanting to do. Oh yeah, Mike Forrester is getting in on the cassette chain. He's up in Toronto, so yeah, those guys are have the tape pretty soon. The cassette chain project. We were talking about that last night too. Sorry, I'm like all over the place tonight.
How's the stream look out there? I think we're running a bit behind and sort of buffering a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, if one of you guys, Matt, if you're aware of the Amulets channel and you can find that video and you want to just post it up, post the link in the chat, that would be cool. Maybe just search tape loops Amulets. It's a great video.
Awesome. Stream's looking good. Sounds good to Pete.
Cool. Yo,
hey,
Jeb,
what's up, John?
Oh yeah, tape loop. That's what I was gonna write down.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone, that's a cool video. I've been meaning to. That would be a cool stream to do too. Just trying to make one because I've never made one before. Because I've been wanting to do something like that too, and just get into that because there seems to be two types of people who use the 4-track. There's people that want to. I think most of the people here. I don't want to speak for anybody, but do it for like rock or some kind of like more linear straightforward music. And then there's a lot of people who use it in like a noise community or looping community or as an instrument. Like there's a band called Klingerholt that was like one of the first bands I came across on YouTube that reached out and said they loved the channel, but that the channel was focused mostly on the more of the rock recording side rather than because people use that as a performance instrument.
Sure.
As you would use a drum machine or a guitar. So
absolutely.
And that's something. That's why I want to try the tape loops. I've never really tried that. I never really used it to do that. So yeah, that's what I think. I mean, it kind of seems like it's segmented into those two groups.
Well, I think the splice part would be easy. I think the using it as a functional live element would be a much steeper learning curve.
Right.
But
But even just like it's fascinating to me too because I've never really gotten into that side of the pool. I guess as you would say. I guess I've never really had a use for it. So for me, like I kind of want to try it and see what I can come up with. And if any of you guys have used them before, let us know because I don't know. It seems like a really cool place to go with the 4-track, but I've always been a little reluctant because I'm worried about the wear on the machine, obviously, but also I don't know. I question it sometimes about whether I should do it. I think it would be fun though.
RYDM says, "Hey, got a Yamaha MT100 and watch some of your 4-track tutorials. Thanks. Awesome work and studio." All right.
Oh, cool. Welcome. I guess rhythm, ride maybe, or maybe just RYDM.
RYDM, you got a first name, so we don't have to call it out as letters.
That's awesome.
Initials.
MT100 comes up a lot on this, so.
All right.
Matt, thank you so much for linking that tape loop video, by the way. If anyone's interested and want to check that out.
All right, Rob, yeah.
You can do that at that link. Cool.
So RYDM is Rob.
Oh, cool, Rob. Thanks for coming through.
Any thoughts
Our
about
pleasure,
head
my friend.
relapping on 4 tracks?
Our pleasure. Any thought about head relapping? I think that's on you. That's your question, my friend.
I'm not sure that you can relap um, the small tape heads on a 4 track. That's usually reserved for much bigger head stacks. There might be somebody out there who can do it, but I'm not entirely sure about that.
Travis would probably be the
Yeah, Travis would know.
Maybe hit up Travis on the forum. I haven't heard from Travis in a while. I hope he's doing all right. Travis, if you're out there, I'll send some vibes out to you. Maybe you'll come, because usually he hangs out on Wizard Wednesdays, so must be busy. Travis is from Strange Bird Recording in Nashville, and
Yes.
he's our resident reel-to-reel expert slash Q&A guy. So he has a board on the forum. If anyone wants to join the forum or new to the channel, it's 424recording.com/forum. There's a bunch of different boards on 4 tracks and music and stuff. And Travis is the moderator of the reel-to-reel board. So he'd be the person to ask, I think.
Does JRF Magnetics actually work on cassette heads, though? I know that they do like full-size head stacks for reel-to-reel decks and stuff, but either way, be interesting to find out what the answer is to that.
Yeah.
Rodrigo's back. All right.
Rodrigo's back for the second night in a row, my friend.
Yeah,
That's
man.
awesome.
Man, work dude's chasing me the whole time. Can't escape it. Can't escape it. Getting Facebook messages while I'm trying to be on the stream.
That's not bad though. I mean, as long as people are hitting you up.
Yeah, I suppose so. As far as I know, the shorter duration tapes are made with a slightly heavier stock.
That's true. Yeah.
The longer the duration of a tape, obviously, the more tape you have to fit on the reels inside a cassette. So
Yeah, they're only so
based
big.
on spatial limitations, they have to bump down to a thinner material to fit all that. But I think your mileage will vary as far as how that really applies in the real world. When I was a kid, we used to record on the longest tapes we can find on purpose, because for $5 you could get a 120-minute tape and record 60 aside. So, we never had any major issues with that. I would think thinner material will stretch faster and
I think it wears out.
wear sooner. Yeah, but
I think that's the big issue with it, is that because it's so thin, like every time you're like recording or rewinding, fast forwarding, or getting to the end of the tape, and you get that like hard stop,
Kevin,
it stretches the tape a little bit.
Welcome to the live stream, Kevin. Yeah, this is we sort of just live bullshit, answer any kind of questions you might have.
We're just chilling, man. It's a hangout, so do your thing.
We play music back on the system sometimes. We play music live sometimes.
Yeah.
We discuss things, whatever that have been going on in our worlds, and so questions are absolutely welcome.
Yeah.
And we'll answer them if we can, and if we can't, we and the rest
chat.
of the live fam here will try to find you links and resources there. So
that's what I always say too, man. The Task fam and the guys in the chat, I think sometimes know more than us about stuff. I feel like every day somebody sends me something that I learned new from them. So I'm sure if we don't have the answer, somebody in the chat most likely does, or like Jay said, can find some reference for you.
Kevin, do all punch-in remotes have a lag when engaging the record? As far as I know, there's always going to be some sort of lag, whether it's milliseconds or seconds. I'm not sure. It'll depend on your application, but anytime there's an electronic remote that's operating a transport, there's a logic chain that has to be activated, and you gotta engage the record oscillator and stuff to make that all happen. So yeah, there's always a bit of a sort of a time lapse there, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm not a big fan of it, even in the digital world.
yeah.
Kind of rather, if I fuck up, I'd rather take the track from the top to the bottom again.
Yeah, same here.
I'm not
Especially
a big
with the
fan.
4-track, it's like,
Yeah, it's
you know, it's. I feel like it's easier to just nail the performance than punching in and out, and that's something I even try to do when I'm doing digital too. I mean, that was like when we did the TASFAM song recording. I think I did 2 passes on the vocals, and the first vocal, you know, I felt like I could do it better. So we just did the whole thing again, and
yeah.
that's usually the easiest way to do it. Unless you know, unless there's like something.
Unless there's some intricacy that like you pulled off and you know you're not going to be able to replicate. That
Yeah,
I would,
sometimes you do something like you're like, I would never do that again.
but then I would splice that like in the digital. I would splice that out and record another pass under it and then cut it back in.
Right.
I don't know. I sort of have a thing about that, but
Oh, I see what you mean.
like I'll save good pieces and comp it later
Yeah.
rather than
Well,
know.
that I mean, that's like a I think Pink Floyd I heard did this. I'm not a huge Pink Floyd guy, but David Gilmour, I think they said in the studio or something they would, you know, do, I don't know, 4 passes of a guitar solo or 8 passes of a guitar solo, and then kind of comp it together based on the, you know, what they thought sounded cool. And that could be a cool method for coming up with a solo or coming up even with a new part for something. So I don't know, something I figured I'd pass along that struck me as you were saying that, Jay, like, because that can be cool if because I've struggled with that myself, like writing stuff. And I don't know, I think there's like the improvisational element of music is one that I wish I could incorporate more in the stuff I do.
Yep.
But I don't know, I feel like I'm more of a like writer and someone and a repeater, I guess. But you know, the improv element, especially, you can get some really cool stuff and then comp it together in the end. So you get 8 passes, and then, oh, this bar of this or these couple measures of this sounds cool, I'll use that. And then, oh, but this third solo, this part was cool, boom. And then you can construct something really interesting and different, and something you probably wouldn't have constructed otherwise.
Right.
So, a little pro tip, power tip for y'all. But yeah, basically, fuck punching. I guess that's you know, a extension of that. But you know, yeah, I think in general, I wouldn't even bother punching. Like, but again, I also, you know, the stuff we're working on sometimes, and it's like simpler, can be simpler songs or, you know, really repetitive stuff. So it's usually easy to redo it. But if you're doing something that's more intricate, that might be a taller order to. You know, if you're doing like a jazz, I don't know why anybody would do like a jazz record, but I guess that is improv. That's not a good example.
Well,
anyway, but yeah, if your part is really intricate and you gotta, you know, it might be tougher to do it over. And sometimes, hey, you could always just live with the mistake. I mean, there's countless records and recordings we've all probably heard about where that was technically a mistake, but they kept it in, and it's, you know, something people catch or are attracted to, or don't even realize it's a mistake. And you know, we're always our own worst critic, right? So I don't know.
yeah.
I'm kind of just rolling here, but yeah, punching. I have the punch. I don't know. I did that punch video a while ago, and I jokingly use the punch switch as the wedge to keep my door open. So
Yeah.
there you go. I think that's pretty much the best example of how I think about punching, but it's a cool thing to use. I think, yeah, that's what you're saying, right? Like the physicality of like hitting the switch is what has the delay, or
Well, anytime you engage record, there's, even if you do it with the button like on the 424, there's logic that has to activate and kick a bunch of other shit on.
right? Yeah.
There's no instantaneous.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, even like when you like
You
the
compensate for that, right?
sort of, but like with even a 414 or the Porta O2, when you engage record, if you got headphones on and they're cranked, you push that button, and it's like,
Right. Yeah,
you hear the hiss come up when it actually engages the
Yeah.
oscillator and it's actually doing the record function.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Man, that's a really interesting. I've never run into that issue. I guess because I'm not really a puncher.
Sorry, I got.
Oh, we got some more questions here. I recorded about 8 takes for a song recently and made a comp. Along the way, I realized I hit stride around the 4th take. I think next time I'll just go all the way through. Oh, that's interesting, Jeb. Sometimes the first take or two has the best energy. The later takes are better technically. That's a really good point, Pete. That's something that I've been coming up realizing too, and I think Jay's, we were just talking about this. Yeah, usually the first couple takes or the first take is like the take you're not thinking about it as much, or the second take is you're not thinking about it as much. But then, yeah, once I feel like that's kind of the idea behind the 80% is good enough videos too that I was doing. Like,
Well, you know,
or the 80-20 rule. Like sometimes that first 20% of what you do generates 80% of the result.
but here's part of the studio secret with that. Like, I will get people set up on their tracks. You know, we'll get monitor level set so that, you know, the drummer can hear everything in the headphones or whatever. And then I'll have the bands practice the song. That's not practice.
That's the first.
You're taking a pass. You just don't know that I'm rolling that.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, you know, I'm gonna just let it run and make sure you can hear the click. So, you know, just play along with it.
Let's just
why
make
don't
sure
you
the
guys
levels
just
are
go
good.
ahead and, you know. And I can't tell you how many times that has ended up being like the final pass for the song. You know, you do that one and nobody's really thinking about it, and then you do like 5 or 6 more and you end up going back because that was the one anyway.
That's fascinating.
Yeah,
that's actually
the logic behind that is really interesting.
Well, I feel like that's not logic you can fake when you're like in your bedroom alone. You're not like, oh, this one's a practice take, and you hit record and play.
Actually, when I do
I
tracks, when I do tracks up here,
but
when I do tracks up here, like I was doing those, I did some drums on that thing for Jeremy, and you know what I ended up sending him was basically like the first pass of the last day I worked on it.
Nice. Okay.
It's like, you know, I sat down cold, put the song on in here while I got everything turned on and patched, and then I rolled it back and went in and sat down and did it. You know, for better or worse, but that ended up being the most solid thing I played that day. So.
Right. That's You know. See that's the thing. Like I know like some of the videos on the channel have been like. I really want to get a little bit more into time management as a recorder, or not as a recorder, but as like a musician or somebody who records, or just as somebody who creates any kind of art, you know, just a creative person, like managing your time and trying to figure out. I was actually having this conversation with Dennis from Multi-Track Cassette Fans. If you haven't checked that channel out, he's doing some really cool videos on there, and we were talking about some stuff 4-track related and also just time management wise, and you know. I think that's also the point of like having your home studio or having your stuff set up all, because he was saying I wish I could have everything set up and ready to go, and I was like, it's like, yeah, dude, because like how many times have you sat down and record something, but you got to plug your pedal in, or you got to plug your guitar in, or you got to find a cable that works to plug your guitar in, or you know, I don't know, the speakers aren't on, I don't know, just silly stuff, something that takes time to set up, and then you're like when I don't know, for me, when I get that inspiration and motivation to like go nail a take, I don't want to have technical limitations get in the way. And that's why the 4-track's dope too, because it's just like plug and play. You know, you got a mic set up. I don't know. I think that's kind of, it's interesting how all this stuff kind of comes back together. You know, and it's like, in terms of time management though, right? What we're saying is, if the first take is the best take and that's giving you the best result, that's what I found too. Because like even when I was writing stuff, that's what I touch upon in that video. Is like. I used to practice like a song or like a riff, you know, say like Believer song we were playing today in practice. It's like very simple 3-chord riff, but like I would have played that for hours being like, okay, I got to come up with a vocal, or okay, maybe this will do this. But it's like within the first like 10 minutes of having played it, that was like 80%, or like that I wasted, well, I don't want to say wasted, but like that other hour and, you know, 40 minutes maybe didn't really do anything, you know, maybe that first, like, but just knowing that about yourself, knowing about the process, I think is important, because then you can like walk away and say, well, you know, most likely in general, this first few takes I do of this, or the first time the germ of this idea comes up, for me at least, like speaking personally, it's like, now that I know that's like a hack for me, because now I can sit down and say, I'm going to write a song, and just sit down for 10 minutes and know most likely I have, whether that song is good, bad, A-side, B-side, you know, just something I never listen to again. I know that that's pretty much what it's going to be. So I don't know. In terms of time management, you know, it's like same thing with the drum take. It's like you said, you how many more times did you play that drum take the rest of the day?
Too many.
Yeah. So it's like,
there's a couple much more solid, like maybe bridge parts in other passes, or like the ending's a little smoother on other ones, but
Yeah.
the energy's better.
But like,
But let me just jump this question real quick before it rolls up too far in the chat. John asked if I ever let people sing without cans. I'll let people sing however the fuck they want. I don't care. It's not my place to tell you what way to monitor is right for you. So most commonly I see one on, one off. I have set up things before where there was like a studio monitor like behind the singer, or you know, whatever, however it worked. And a lot of times when I track, I'll be in the room that you're looking into right now with this chair rolled out, and it'll just be me and a handheld mic and the vocal, you know, the everything coming out of the monitors. So, but yeah. Talking about New Bern, North Carolina. I've been there. I actually toured through there with that Sugar Red Drive band. I can't remember the name of the venue though. I'll have to look it up. It's a long time ago. But yeah, New Bern was cool.
Rob, well, we have a... Wait, RYDM is also Rob, right?
Yeah.
So we got two really good questions.
So I guess that would be Rob M and Rob Blackwell. Yeah,
the Robs are giving us some really good fodder here. All right, so first, we'll just go in order here. Robin, okay.
Robin, all right.
Robin says, I've heard a guy talking about recording in the red on tape having a nice sound. I'm not sure if it was meant with compression or not.
Probably
Could
not.
you talk about that a bit, if it has any merit? You want to take that one, Jay?
Well, most of the time when somebody's talking about recording in the red, any compression that happens or that exists on that recording is from either the cassette deck or the tape machine if you're running reel-to-reel itself. That's about clipping the tape. So yeah, generally you wouldn't put inline compression ahead of that unless, you know, you're really going to try to do some crazy dangerous shit.
But yeah, so does that really refer to compression then, or does it just refer to getting like a good level?
Well, I mean,
because that's what Robin's like.
Well, like let's.
I'm not sure if they mean compression or not. Because like I know with the 4-track, for instance, not to cut you off, but like,
yeah.
You know, the meters go plus 6 decibels, and usually you get the best sound if your RMS is like plus 3, peaking at plus 6.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen in the digital realm. But like, for instance, with the 424, that's usually how I get the best vocal sound, by maybe distorting the pre a little bit and also just having a hot enough signal, because a lot of it is to overcome the noise floor and the hiss, but also the headroom of the tape.
So let's think about it like this, right? The simplest form of compression is clipping, right? The top of the signal has to go someplace once it's run out of headroom. And if you're not controlling it by a dynamic means, then that clipping becomes distortion, which is inherent in every tape method there is. I don't care what it is. But when your track widths are set a certain way and when your machine is biased a certain way, you know, what happens when you run that tape hot changes quite a bit, I think. You know, it's if you run a cassette machine hotter than hot, then you'll get ghosting across the tracks that are next to your source track. You know, it'll dump. Whereas with like a 4, 8, 16, 24 track, you know, a big reel-to-reel thing, there's a lot more leeway with that. The track width is more, so you don't get as, you know, you have more headroom there, theoretically, and, you know, the cross-bleed, the cross-talk, the ghosting, whatever you want to call it, tends to not exist in that way.
Yeah, it's kind of like, depending on the format, figuring out what is acceptable amount of going into the red and what is too much. And that's actually leads into the Rob Blackwell's question. Any TASFAM pre-updates, and also what Matt is saying about using the 4-track as the distortion pedal. So in terms of the TASFAM pre-updates, Rob, and Robin, I hope that answers your question. Yeah, I was actually working on the Kickstarter today. I was thinking mid-February until now, we've been putting out a video every week about different ways of using the TaskFam Pre. And we're getting ready to launch the Kickstarter. I think we said April 10th is going to be the day it goes
you
live.
said 14th, no?
Well, it's a Tuesday, so whatever the second Tuesday in April is going to be the day the Kickstarter goes live, most likely. I'm also thinking maybe even the first Tuesday. So either the first Tuesday or the second Tuesday in April. So it's either going to be, I think, the 3rd or the 10th. And correct me if I'm wrong. I believe those are both Tuesdays. So because I realize I'm going to be on vacation at one point, so I want to make sure that we're available if, you know, something happens with the Kickstarter, or, you know, I think the Kickstarter's running for 30 days. So, but yeah, things are happening with that, Rob. We're pretty much, it's pretty much ready to go. I would say the everything about it's probably about 80% there, ready to launch. It's been in the background since we unveiled it. I think that was back in February on the live stream. So
yeah, that sounds right.
It's been slowly building and getting, and we've been making all the videos for it and doing the different takes and doing different things with the synth, drum machine, vocals, drums, bass, song, guitar. The only video I want to do still, and I think we'll do it as the Kickstarter is rolling, maybe midway through, is the acoustic / vocal demo, or / like, you know, the Neutral Milk Hotel acoustic sound, like that kind of a video. Because I did that video for Distortion on the channel, but now I realize I didn't do that with the pre.
Right.
And I think that would be a good one. I think that's really the only one left to do of the, like, the main instruments that I wanted to cover with it. And just all the stuff that I've been wanting to run through it personally, as, you know, having reached out to Jay to build this for me. But yeah, so Rob, that's going to be coming out first or second Tuesday in April. I gotta Jay and I need to just figure out, it doesn't really matter which day really, but I realize that I'm going to be away in May, and I don't want to be away
Are you?
when
Where are
it
you going
ends.
to May?
I'm going to the Grand Canyon.
Motherfucker.
The Grand Canyon.
I have yet to be there.
Dave, your brother was telling me about it, so he said one time is enough. But,
one time is enough?
Yeah, but I'm pumped. I love the outdoors, and I actually been wanting to do a segment on the channel called 424 Outdoors.
How long are you gone for?
Like a little less than a week.
Oh.
So we should be able to be around, but I think the damn leaving would be the day the Kickstarter ends if it starts on the 10th. So I don't want to be away when, like, all that stuff is, like, either being funded or in case there's stuff we have to do in terms of it. So
Right.
I'd rather know, like, going on vacation where, like, it's funded or whatever. I mean, not that it's that big of a deal either way, but I don't think we're gonna have an issue funding it. But I mean, like, I just rather than, you know, be worried about having to catch a plane and whether there's stuff to loose ends to tie up, I'd rather know, like, okay, a week before I gotta go away, this is all settled for now. I can go away, put Jay to work while I'm away, and get updates on the road from him about what's up. No.
Rob said his favorite was the mono drum sounds. We killed it. Best drum tones on YouTube.
What? That's all this guy. That's all this guy right here.
Eric's looking forward to the TaskFam. Yeah. That thing's gonna be pretty fucking sweet, and I hope you guys, you know, out there in YouTube land, if you catch us on that pre-order, you know, we hope you enjoy the creation as much as we enjoyed creating it.
Yeah. Hey, Eric.
So, you know.
Rob said sweet around tax time. That's actually Tim. That was Tim's tip, and also Kickstarter's tip as well. That's a great time to start a project because tax time. But also, I mean, it also just made sense. It was one of those things where, like, it was 2 months out, and we were like, well, we could either rush this out or do the videos right each week and, like, take our time with them. And I don't know, because I think what's cool about the Kickstarter now is that I embedded all the videos that we did on the tests, and I think it's going to be really useful for somebody who's never heard of, because there's a certain community on Kickstarter regarding these projects, so it'll be cool for somebody who's never heard of the TaskFam to be able to say, oh, what's this project? And then boom, here's 6-7 videos
of what it does, what it sounds like, why you need one at least, if not two.
Because otherwise it would have been, I feel like we took some time to get the launch straight, and it was like February, Oh, but April's the best month to do this. Okay, we might as well just
Well, I
do
can
this
tell you,
right.
I can tell you right now, if you hadn't done the research on that, or if
We
it
would have
was,
just shot it
if
out.
it was, if the whole project was just me by myself, it either wouldn't have gone out or it would have gone out.
Like
The night we
yeah.
debuted it, we would have been ready to take orders the next day. Cause
Right.
I just don't think about things like that.
And I mean honestly, we probably could have just done that, and we would have had all y'all that are fans of the preamp and been following the saga.
Thanks
of
for
it.
stopping by, Eric. Enjoy your
Yeah,
dinner.
Eric, good to see you as always.
Hopefully you're having something awesome. I really want avocado toast. Is that weird?
No, that sounds awesome.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, I actually haven't eaten anything all day today. I wasn't feeling that great this morning.
Damn.
Felt like I needed to just like cleanse, do like a little fast. That's something I do once in a while. Is like
It means we need to go get subs tonight. Is
I
that...
think I'm ready to just like I'm gonna just go to sleep and then have like a nice like easy meal in the morning. I think my
Damn.
stomach has been weird, man. Like
Coffee afterwards, at least? No? No coffee? Calling in.
maybe something decaf I'll get.
Alright, so maybe we'll still make our normal run then.
Yeah, we could do the run. But yeah, so that's something I don't know. Works for me.
So we do a lot of green rooming. Everything's got a pre-game and a post-game.
Yo, I'm so hungry I could eat a sandwich from the gas station.
Yeah, Matt.
It's not what you think.
Not at all.
Yeah, we have something around here called Quick Check.
And Quick Check has like gourmet sandwiches and there's like a digital order board and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still like
legit.
There's still real sketchy like fucking
It's definitely like processed food that's not
and
amazing for you.
And it's assembled by somewhat sketchy looking woods people, but
and then sometimes I feel like if you don't, it's like weird because you don't have to like talk to them to make your sandwich, but so like they're like literally standing like this far away.
I feel like it's almost worse if you make eye contact.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like I'm literally here. You're literally like this far away from them, like
and you can't like order. You can't fucking tip them or anything.
Yeah.
And they'll only ask you.
They're all usually super nice at night.
Yeah, they're usually okay. It's an awkward setup.
It's weird because it's like you're digitally ordering. You don't have to talk to them at all.
Yeah.
So the order goes through the computer to them, which I think actually makes more sense than like Subway's method of
some of the people I've seen working there, you probably don't want to try to communicate your order to though. Yeah. I mean, not to be like that guy, but it's
complicated.
Like it can be.
But even like the amount of fixings you can do and meats and cheese and veggies and stuff and dressings, crazy. It's like it's way easier just to like punch it into a screen. They get a printout on a screen of it.
And sometimes they fuck it up anyway.
Yeah, it gets messed up, but who cares? I mean. Anyway,
they forget shit on me all the time, man.
Really?
All I wanted was fucking hot peppers on a sriracha chicken sandwich. How come I get a chicken sandwich, no sriracha, no hot peppers? How does that happen?
That doesn't make, especially since sriracha sandwich is like the signature sandwich.
Yeah, it's one of their like top shit.
It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Pisses me off.
But yeah, it's not just like some random, gas station cooler that has sandwiches from who knows where. It's like it's legit. Like
I'm not eating that sketchy shit.
No. I don't mess with that. Yeah, that's like road food. I wouldn't do that. This is like I would say on par with I don't know, Subway, Quiznos type deal, right?
I think it's better than Subway.
I think it is too. Yeah.
I'm not a Subway guy.
I mean, just to give an idea of like what the quality is, though, it's like it's like a sandwich shop. It's not just like gas.
But there's thousands of combinations. There's like 20 sauces you could choose. Yeah. There's like all sort of cold cuts.
It's
all
like
sorts
Wawa
of bread.
Too. If any of you guys are from
kind of like Wawa. Yeah,
like the Wawa.
That's probably the closest thing.
Yeah.
Any of you Pennsylvanians?
Oh, that's Clark Griswold. Nice. It's exactly what we think. Oh man.
Oh man.
Yo, it is good, John. If you're ever out this way, we'll take you out to Quiznos. Worked at Subway and hated it. That's awesome. I would not work there.
John, there is a big diner culture in New York and actually in parts of New Jersey also. There's some fucking banging diners around here. And there's a really, really great one in Jersey that I make sure to go to every time we're anywhere near it on New Jersey 17 North.
Yeah.
The Suburban Diner.
There's a lot.
That place is that's the bomb, man.
It's like varying degrees of diners though, because it's like the
Yeah.
one that we went to.
Yeah, that New Paltz
Oh my
one's
God.
fucking garbage. It's terrible.
It's good. Well, no, that one's not good. But like
No.
diner is good if you know what you're expecting. If you're just going for like a greasy ass grilled cheese with some fucking disco fries or something. Like,
Well, you know,
okay.
but like Dietz, man, in Kingston has like their menu's like fucking 12 pages long. There's so much shit there.
Yeah.
Like you
But
can get things there that like you would only otherwise find in a finer restaurant.
That's true.
The ingredients are still shit, but
But yeah,
know.
that's the thing. It's like, what is that? Master of jack of all trades, master of none.
I don't know. Like
I don't know.
that place does great sandwiches. They do a really good like turkey dinner thing.
I'm
There's
sure the Greek salads are banging.
the salads in general. The salads are great. The appetizers have always been good.
I guess
Their
I guess
cheesecake
what I'm
is
trying to say
fucking
is like
amazing.
there's certain stuff at diners that's fucking amazing, but then
Yeah.
certain things if you don't know what you're getting into.
Yeah, you gotta like look around when you walk in.
Yeah.
That's why I like the suburban though, because like suburban diner, I don't give a fuck what you order.
Right.
You can order like stuffed grape leaves at like 2 o'clock in the morning. That shit will be fucking on
Oh,
point.
that sounds awesome. Yeah.
On point. Doesn't matter. Like, you know, you get like, you know, Manhattan clam chowder or something. That shit is like, it tastes like it was just made 5 seconds ago.
That's awesome.
Everything I've ever eaten there was amazing.
The
And it's
diner
cheap.
experience varies widely.
They also have like an espresso machine and like all the fancy like steam and all that shit. Like,
Whoa.
they're
This
fucking.
says this, maybe we should
they
take a
make
road
the-
trip there.
They make the pies and desserts. It takes about an hour to get there. It's not bad.
Let's do it. Let's stream from there.
Oh my god. And actually, diagonally across the street from that is Romantic Depot, which is sort of funny.
What's
I see
that?
it every time we go past there. It's like a porn store.
Oh, okay. That
It's
should.
fucking super
I
tacky though.
kind of like made the connection as soon as I was like, "What's that?"
super
Yeah.
tacky, man. It's like fish tank blue, like this terrible
Oh,
little building.
yeah. Adults.
It's such a
Yeah.
sketchy section in New Jersey, but most of New Jersey is a whole sketchy section.
Yeah,
so.
New Jersey. Yeah.
But that
no
diner,
offense to any New Jerseyites. New
But-
Jerseyites, is that the right word?
yeah, I
New
think so.
Jerseyans that are here.
But that diner is amazing. If you're ever heading up from New York or from New Jersey, rather, on your way to the Thruway, you'll end up New York 4 West to 17
yeah,
North.
4 West. Yeah, that's you go over the GW.
Yeah, 95 to 4 West to 17 North to 87.
Yep, that's the way I usually come up from when I'm coming from Brooklyn or the city.
Yeah,
Especially at
that's-
night,
Yep.
it's like a no-brainer.
Although I did it just the other night. I was in Brooklyn. We went down for a show, and
Oh, really? What show? I didn't know that.
Clan of Zymox, which is like an 80s, like, I guess it's technically like synth poppy EDM kind of
Cool.
stuff. It was a pretty fucking lame show.
Oh, that's
We
not
got
cool.
soup dumplings though. Those were awesome.
That was like the best part.
Yeah, have you ever had soup dumplings?
No.
So a soup dumpling is a giant wonton.
With soup inside?
It has the wonton meat, ball of meat in it, and then it's filled with soup.
Whoa.
And then they pinch it shut and they steam it.
That sounds good.
You should see my
So
Instagram.
it's like
man.
it's like an inside out.
It's fucking amazing. It doesn't taste like wonton soup at all. It's like a semi-spicy like beef broth in there, and then
Whoa.
it's like a pork meatball, and
Yeah,
then it's
my
wrapped
mouth
in the
is like
wonton.
watering right now. I haven't eaten anything all day. Thanks a lot, Jay.
Where Brooklyn at? Yeah, with coffee with Mike,
Gotta
the
do
New
a
Jersey
porn stop,
edition.
bro. Yeah, I should do that. Used to live in Princeton. Even that town has a sketchy side.
Yeah, I think just about every town though, if you really go looking, has a sketchy side. No direct hate on New Jersey. It's just like I've expected so much more based on the vehicles they all drive.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's put that on the docket. I'm gonna actually write that on here.
We should. We could literally run down there on like a Wednesday night without any problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we could stream. Maybe we could stream from there, or just set it up on the table and just like I don't think.
Let them watch us eat. That's weird.
Oh, that is weird. Yeah.
Come in with a mic stand and lights and shit.
Well, I'm just trying to think like how we could do. Well, no, we might just come in with like the kick mic stand and put the phone on it and just.
Yeah, the service there is pretty good. So
I don't know, man. I've never done that before. I've never streamed from like someplace else. I was thinking
think you'd
about
have to
starting to
ask.
try to do that, but
I'll show you the soup dumpling though. If any of you guys are on my Instagram, you already saw it. It's the last thing I posted. That's a fucking soup dumpling.
whoa.
See that thing?
Yeah.
And then
I
the
did
one
see
in the
that.
foreground is the bitten off top, but that's a soup dumpling.
Nice, man.
The bowl behind it has a mix of tamari, chili oil, and rice vinegar, and then strips of grated ginger
Whoa.
in it. It's,
Sounds good.
and you get 6 of them in an order. The order was $9.
Nice.
It's fucking sweet. Delicious.
So that was better than the show, then.
Oh, yeah. After we went there and ate that, I was kind of sitting there and I was like, I could just go home now. I drove 2 hours and 15 minutes. I ate this thing. Don't even care about the show.
But so that was the way you went back? Because it's like GW is free on the way out of town, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Coming in, it's
like $14 now, right?
I think it was 12 or 13. I don't know. Something.
It just keeps going up.
It's a fucking lot. I know that.
But yeah, I think what we're figured out is that Suburban Diner live stream is happening.
Yo, I got a caramel macchiato at the Suburban Diner. This is their caramel macchiato at a fucking diner.
All right, that place looks legit.
It is definitely, and they have a full bar also if you're into alcohol, which whatever.
We're not, but that's all right.
No, but
live streams of people eating food is popular in South Korea, huh?
Really?
What's your IG, Jay? Jumbo wants to know.
Operation _ audio.
Operation _ audio?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if someone in the chat, one of the monitors can throw up
Operation. I'll pull it up by the screen. Hold on.
Operation _ audio on Insta. And 424 one is just @424 recording if you're interested.
So I don't know if you can see that. The text seems like it washes out for some reason. That's really weird. Can you see that? So yeah, that's me. And I gotta get back on the stream.
Yeah, I mean the fact that Buzz eats Kevin's pizza is pretty much the what kicks the whole movie into motion. Because if Buzz hadn't eaten Kevin's pizza, he wouldn't have been banished upstairs, and then he wouldn't have been left behind. So I understand why Macaulay took it to heart that Buzz ate his pizza. Thanks, Catface.
It is my girlfriend. Just watches people eat endlessly. If you do it all the time and don't get fat, you're more popular, I think. Well, I'm already kind of fat, so
I feel like if we did that, yeah, we would just be humongous. Maybe we should just give up the whole recording thing and just start eating on live streams.
I kind of hope that we do like a
What do you think?
I think
Let's just be live stream eaters.
Well, I think one day if we can get together early enough, there's a deli in town called Delicioso. It's owned by like a Puerto Rican guy and his wife.
Okay.
And like,
Did
you ever
they
eat it?
have,
Have you ever had a Cuban sandwich?
Yeah.
He makes his Cuban his way. I've never had a sandwich like that before. It's fucking amazing. But everything they make is like.
That's in town here?
Yeah, right in town. Delicioso.
Sounds delicioso.
It's fucking fabulous. We should go there one day and get sandwiches. They're not very expensive either.
Let's do it.
Tao in Springfield, Virginia. Best Chinese.
Dan Aykroyd eats there. That'd be worth it just to see if you could run into Dan Aykroyd.
What do you say to a guy like that?
How's the price of pork bellies today?
Yo, I'm hungry now. That's bad. That's so bad.
Dude, I mean, you're talking to the guy that's been fasting all day.
Mm.
I just needed a reset. I don't know. That's like another one of my things I do occasionally is just... Yeah, I just feel like mentally it really zooms you in on what you need to do. And I don't know, man. I've just been eating like just such a dickhead lately. I'm good, man, yeah. I've just been eating like such a dickhead lately, so I just felt like I really needed to take a step back and reassess my food decisions.
Yeah.
By not eating at all. So that's probably not the healthiest, but they say
I do that a lot, man.
Intermittent fasting is pretty good for you. And I noticed for me, like, I don't know, once in a while it just kickstarts me and jumpstarts me back to, like, I feel like where I need to be. And like I said, there's something about it that the first day usually like you get this mental acuity or like this mental awareness. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm actually gonna snag a water.
Word. Matt says there's a Thai place there that's really good. I think we've all sort of been eating a lot lately, and I think it has something to do with like the start of like, I don't know if you guys are into it, but like the celestial new year just rolled over.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And Mercury retrograde kicked in at the same time. And then interestingly enough, there's a solar, some kind of like fucking plasma wind that's like blasting off the sun and
Oh my god, that's insane.
battering the magnetosphere of the earth at this point. So yeah, there's been a lot of weird shit happening, a lot of energy shift that I think everybody's been feeling in some way, regardless of how they reconcile it.
Yeah, I gotta say too, winter is always like I always put on the winter weight. That's always like something that I don't know. I think a lot of people can relate to that. Like I've just been such a lethargic piece of garbage lately that I need to really get myself in gear. And now that it's getting nicer out, it's kind of getting to the point where it's like, oh no, now I can't like hide under layers of clothing, and I gotta like go outside and be like a person again.
I wear a fucking flannel all year.
Yeah, that's not a bad strategy.
There's a reason for it.
Yeah.
It's like a security blanket.
Yeah. Yeah, so
But
I don't know. We have gone off into an interesting direction, as David said. He said he stepped out and came back, and now he's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, bread is, yeah, that's the thing too. I've been getting into carbs again. That's not good.
So, Skiz, I was gonna say that the next town over from here, Catskill, New York, has this mom and pop Thai restaurant. It's the only Thai food I've ever eaten from a specifically Thai restaurant, but she came here from Thailand, and it's basically a husband and wife team. She cooks and runs the kitchen, and he waits tables. There's like maybe 10 tables, but it's some of the best Thai food I've ever eaten in my whole life, and it's fucking cheap, man. Like, the place kills it. We should go there sometime too.
Let's do it.
They make these fucking bean curd wrapped spring
You are
rolls.
hungry, huh?
I think about food all the fucking time. It's like
Well,
the
no,
one
that's-
thing that consistently makes me happy that I can't be
Yeah.
mad at ever.
Right, that's a good point.
So, some people have religion.
Let's
I have
do it,
food.
man. I think we should do all this stuff. Maybe we could start a new segment where we just like go live. Live.
Lunch with Mike.
Yeah, lunch with Mike.
Lunch with Mike.
Lunch with Jay and Mike. I don't know. It's possible.
So I'm thinking, when you go to the Grand Canyon, what are we going to do about the stream that week? You going to stream from the canyon?
We could. I mean, I was thinking we could just stream around it too,
There you go.
because it's not going to be like a full week. So we could do like just a different day. I don't know. We'll let the fam know what up.
Made John hungry talking about it. Yeah. Well,
Cassette banquet.
usually when we leave here, we go to, or when we leave the stream, we go someplace and eat. If we're down at Mike's, we like this place,
Bacchus.
restaurant. They have like a late night, not dinner menu.
Yeah.
They do like some kind of banging soup and like a sourdough bread bowl, and
That's
they do
Jay's
appetizers and shit.
Yeah, and it's good. It's fairly priced, and it's a good,
Yeah,
good
the
hangout.
food's good. It's a good hang. It's
It's a
warm.
good wind down. Good post stream chat. Post stream, you know.
But last week after the stream, we actually went and walked around town,
That
and
was
probably
cool.
walked like 2 miles, like in the middle
that
of
was
the night
fun,
and shit.
man.
Yeah, it was cool.
I like walking at night. Nobody bothers you.
Around
wait.
here, the cops would bother you, but
Really?
the New Paltz are used to having people on the streets at
That's true.
all hours. So
Before it gets lost, I want to address. David said, "Hey Mike, do you make your bed? It honestly helps against lethargy or lethar. I don't know. Actually, I do make my bed every morning, and
Do you?
yeah. And the reason is this:
I haven't made my bed since I was a kid.
Well, this is why I started making my bed. I heard about this speech that was given at a college commencement or college. Yeah, is that when they graduate commencement?
Yeah.
And it was by a Marine. I don't know. It may have been that guy, Will Jocko. I forget his name, but it may have been the guy that's on the Tim Ferriss podcast once in a while. This military guy. Basically, he was a Marine. I think he was like a drill sergeant, and I think this is so badass. He said to all these college kids that were graduating, like, everybody says they want to change the world when they get out of college. And he said, if you want to change the world, like, the first thing you should do everything is make your bed. Because then you can literally, like, before you go and, well, it works on two levels. Because before you go and change the world, you got to start with the first thing. And that's, in this case, making your bed once you get up. But also, you are literally changing the world by making your bed. So if you want to change the world every day,
So
and that gets the ball rolling and on the decisions of being active. I don't know. For me, it's just So David, I actually do make my bed every day, and that's the reason why.
So John said there's a banging Indian buffet nearby. If he eats there, it's the only meal of the day because it's so heavy. But good Lord, is it good? Indian is some of my favorite food ever,
me too,
and there's a buffet in Hudson, I think it is, that it's an Indian buffet, but that's sort of sketch. It's a little hit and miss. There was a great organic Indian restaurant in the town that Mike lives in for a while. It was amazing. But I get my Indian food now from, as horribly as this plays into a stereotype, like the guys that run the gas station up at the end of the road.
Yeah.
I've become friends with those guys, and they're basically, it's an Indian family that runs it, and so they will bring in things and hook me up with that.
That's cool. That's all
get like
really authentic.
Homemade like tandoori chicken, and they make the one guy makes homemade dahi, which is like a yogurty kind of, almost like a sour cream kind of sauce deal.
Nice.
They make kheer from scratch.
Kheer's the bomb, yeah.
Fucking, I mean,
Have
he
you ever
does.
been to the place in Rhinebeck? When I saw you, that's where I was eating.
I haven't been there yet. No.
This is great, man.
He did. The one guy also does homemade pronto, which is like the bread.
Yeah.
And goddamn, is that amazing? He gave me a whole stack of that one time, and I was supposed to take it home, and we were gonna split it. And, like, it didn't even make it. Home is less than 10 minutes from the gas station. Wasn't happening. It's too damn good. But yeah, I really am a big fan of like ethnic foods that make other Caucasian people go, oh, well, I couldn't eat that. That's probably like the best shit you ever will eat. So you should probably put the fucking McDonald's down.
Oh, dude said, basically his idea was that if you can't accomplish a simple task like making your bed, there's no way to accomplish others. That's great. Cafe said, keep a bottle of water to drink in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It helps wake you up. That's true. I'm like constantly drinking water. Man, these are great tips. I should try that though. I never not as soon as I wake up. I don't. Home cooked stuff is the best. I had to work. Give me authentic.
Welcome, Jonathan.
Nice. Hey, Jonathan, what's going on? We actually have a recording question? That's weird. I just want to say, David said, next level is make your bed perfectly. I find it really sets the mood. It's like your video about completion, getting tests done properly instead of lots halfway. It's a great point.
Rob, have you ever tried multiple 4-tracks daisy chained together just for giggles? I've always wondered what it would sound like. You mean the outputs of one feeding the inputs of the other at the same time?
Or do you mean like making an 8-track recorder out of 2 4-tracks? Because that's something I have tried to do for the channel, and I wound up making different videos. I wound up making a different video than the one I set out to do as a result. So
yeah.
So it sounds
because you realize that you can't accurately control the transports of both of them at the same time.
Right, but there's like some kind of crazy workaround you can kind of try to do. That's actually I think why I started doing the flex time video, because what's interesting enough, there's like a program in Logic that So like what happened was
that'll lock to the SMPTE and
it'll figure out like because the issue with bouncing individual tracks from the 4 tracks
it never lines up.
Yeah, it never lines up, but. So flex time, you can manually go in and adjust them. But now, ever since I made the flex time video, and this is all came out of trying to daisy chain 2 4-tracks together to make an 8-track, because I was trying to do my 424 Mark III and my 424 together, so I could do Beatles stuff or just get an 8-track basically.
Jonathan, will my tapes get erased if I take them on a plane? I haven't flown with cassettes since I was a kid. but it never used to be a problem going through like the body scanners and the X-ray. So you should be fine. The airplane itself will not harm your cassette tapes. I would worry about the scanners ahead of time. I wouldn't take it through like the
don't
the
take them
arms
through
up body
magnets.
scan.
Magnetic stuff is what's gonna erase
But
them.
like my Motley Crue tapes survived when I was like 15,
Right.
going through like
Oh yeah,
security shit.
it'll probably be okay. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do it with anything you're afraid you're gonna lose. You know. But yeah, I know like because like that's how the recording the tape works. It's like scatters the magnetic particles to arrange them into the sound waves. So
Yeah, no worries on that, John.
if you bring magnets nearby, you could potentially either reset those.
You'll reorient the ferric molecules.
Yeah, because when you're recording them, they're going into a certain order, and then
Right.
yeah. But yeah, the thing with the flex time was that not to go back to that, but now they have, instead of, you don't even need to do it manually. You can literally just record. I gotta do a video on this too. You can just bounce 4 tracks into the computer, and then the computer will automatically line them up and put them to a metronome, and it's insane. Like
That's tricky.
and it's using the best of both worlds now, because I mean, how many people in this chat I know, because we've talked about it, you know, have asked, well, how do I, you know, bounce tracks individually and get them to line up? It's like you could spend fucking hours, days of your life trying to line them up, and it'll never work. But now with the logic and the technology, you can literally just like
Make it
like
bend.
Yeah, it'll just figure it out. It'll like figure out like using flex time, which is basically just stretching pieces here and there to make them line up. It's pretty fascinating, but it's just another example of using the best of both worlds when it comes to like the cassette stuff and the DAWs and stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
but I think actually
that's like there are subtle means of integration that way, but everybody seems to be focused in on like being able to sync your tape speed, or sync your tape speed to your DAW, using the DAW as control. And most of the machines that are out there and most of the things we're talking about are like not capable of locking that and keeping it that way. And locking the DAW to the cassette machine makes everything unreliable.
Yeah.
Because if the tape's going like this, then the DAW is going to be all fucked up.
Right.
So if you got to fit anything to a grid later on, that grid could be anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, that's the idea behind SMPTE. John's
SMPTE.
talking about. Yeah.
SMPTE. I forget what it stands for, but yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, like, it stripes the tape, but then it's also it goes by the tape. So.
Well, SMPTE is just locator code, basically.
Yeah, it's like little blocks that like line up.
Well, it's actually a sound, but I can't remember what it is.
Really?
But it's not like audio like you would think. It's like AOL dial-up kind of audio. You know.
Yo, Travis made it out, Jay.
Shit!
What's going on,
What's up, Travis?
We had some questions about reel-to-reels earlier. I don't remember what it was exactly. What was it about? You answered that one, Jay. Remember?
I can't remember now.
It was about adding something to the to like a cassette 4-track, and you're like, I don't think you can do that, but maybe with a reel-to-reel. I forget what it was. If anybody remembers, hit Travis up in the chat about that reel-to-reel question we had earlier. Oh, heads relapping. Yes.
Oh yeah.
That was it. I'm coming live from Third Man, about to record a comedy act. Yo, that's awesome, Travis.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for taking time to stop in, my friend.
David, I'm still working on that. I haven't forgotten about you.
What? He's in the control room.
That's fucking sweet, man.
That's awesome. Super jelly. Super jelly.
Is Jack White there?
I feel honored that you decided to stop in on the stream, Travis. Thank you. Maybe we could... Hey guys, do you know anything about a DIY demagnetizer? It's hard to find one here in my city.
Demagnetizers are like giant electromagnets. Doing a DIY on that, you could literally kill yourself. So, I'd be really, really careful about anything that looks like a DIY on that. You can get them off of eBay for, fairly cheap. You know, I've never used a bulk eraser anyway. It's sort of, you know, unless you got a huge batch of tapes that you need all to be blank for some reason.
Yeah,
and there's no guarantee that that works completely anyway. I mean, it depends how hot that tape was burned too. You might not ever get that to reorient.
Yeah, that's funny that you say that, David. That's actually I actually made a demagnetization video a while back. Kai, who I haven't seen in a while on the channel, but he asked for me to do one, and I've never really demagnetized my the 4-track stuff. Like, and I do in the video. I show like why.
You know what? Actually, Travis just made a good point about keeping your credit cards out of your pocket when you bulk erase. So let's go back to that thing about taking tapes on airplanes. So the magnetic strip on your credit card is nothing more than a flat piece of tape. It's ferric oxide, and it's stripped with a number. So if your credit card survived the scanners and shit, your cassette tapes will survive the scanners and shit. The more you know.
That makes sense. Good call. Way to bring it back. Circles. We were going in circles. What was I gonna? Oh yeah, Travis. I was wondering what happened to you, my friend. Swamped working on tape machines. Cool.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah, I don't know. Check out the demag video. I don't know. I don't think it's really necessary.
Nah.
You can test it. You can test it with a test tone and see if you're losing any kind of high end. That's really what it comes down to when you want to demag, is making sure that your high end isn't erasing itself as it's every time you're playing back the tape or recording. And basically, I took a test tone of 16 kilohertz, which is the highest end of the tape can record, I think, and I just recorded it and then played it back and just kept looping it like 20 times to measure the high end loss. And I looked at it in Logic on like an EQ curve and also just listen to my ears. You know, like generally, I think if your tape is erasing, like the idea is like over time the tape's going to start erasing itself, or you're going to be losing the high end. Like you're going to hear that, I think, if it's really that prevalent. I don't know. I've never really worked with machines where that's happening, so I can't.
I don't think anybody really
speak to it.
But I don't think anybody really goes into recording on a cassette or a reel-to-reel tape in any form with the intention being, oh my god, I need like super crisp 16K.
Right, that's a good point.
You know, like I mean, what are we talking about here, really?
Well, that's the whole thing too. Is like I really wanted to just see, because I think I came across that same thread, David, about
well, you know, you guys are talking about
necessary.
You guys are talking about demagging the heads. Demagging the heads is something different. A bulk eraser.
Oh yeah, I was talking about a different one.
Oh, okay. I think maybe I was on the wrong track there.
Well, also Rodrigo asked about DIY demagger, and then I think you jumped into the bulk eraser.
I was thinking the bulk eraser for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind then. So forget everything I said about that.
Yeah, Rodrigo, I wouldn't even worry about...
Yeah, the demag of the heads, though. I mean, if you want to do it, there's DIY for that, definitely.
Unless you're feeling... Yeah, Rodrigo, and if you're feeling like you are losing... Like, how come you want to demagnetize, I guess is my question to you. Do you feel like there's something wrong with your recording process, or like the machine recording, the process of machine recording, or is it just like something you feel like you should do, or want to do, or have to do? Because like I said in the video I did, I kind of found that personally I didn't find it necessary.
Could also be that your machine didn't have enough hours for it to be.
It's true.
A prevalent issue. So yeah.
Okay, Matt weighed in, said I was having audio dropouts while recording until I demagnetized. So I guess my machine in particular, just like you said, maybe I didn't have the hours on it. I mean, I babied the thing too, so it's probably just me being neurotic. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I guess this was talking to me about the that new Jack White album. Was a recorded on a 4/4-inch reel-to-reel 4-track, but then Travis said that it was done on a 8-track, 2-inch 8-track in Pro Tools. The demos were on a 1/4-inch reel-to-reel.
I always wanted one of those 388s.
Oh, Travis said the heads can adhere slight magnetation from the current while recording, so demagging can bring the heads back.
Yeah.
That was also the other thing too, was like when you're recording, it's kind of I don't know. I can't speak to it. I don't know enough about it. I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah, David's been acquiring a lot of stuff. I've been keeping up with it. Have you been keeping up with his exploits on the forum?
I have not been on the forum very much lately, admittedly. Sort of had
He snagged the.
too many fucking irons in the fires.
I hear you, man.
But I've been trying to keep up on the things that I moderate at least, so that I don't leave people hanging for too long.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I try to check in every day, even just read the posts. Like I haven't been as good about answering everyone, but it seems like what I like is that it's becoming,
Autonomous?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I can weigh in on stuff that I feel like I have something to talk about, and certain things I don't know much about. So I let other people handle it with their expertise, because I don't know everything. I never purport to know everything, and I just find it fascinating. Like, I mean, all the stuff on there is super.
But there's a lot of pressure, man. People expect you to know everything.
Hey,
people expect me to know everything anyway.
Hey. Yeah, I mean, I kind of set you up for that.
Yeah. It's like, well, what do you think about this? Like, I know a lot of shit about a lot of shit, but sometimes, like, my best information base is still a deep search of Google.
Sure,
and then I'll form an opinion and give you that information.
Same here, man. But I think that's kind of what goes on in the live stream too. Is like a lot of people come through chat and talk to the chat, and they usually it's not only us driving people in the right direction, but other people doing some googling, just personal knowledge. Like Travis came through and he's weighing in on some of the stuff we were talking about earlier and stuff. So it's like, that's why Travis is a great resource. All these guys are great resources for
Robin,
their areas of expertise.
Crank your channel gain and watch your fader position, because you can distort the pre but still control how hard you're smashing the tape too. So there's a lot of tonal range within the front end of a 4-track if you're looking for dirty things. But
nice, Robin. Yeah, have fun.
Yeah, David, free is always good. Damn, you got 30 free reels of tape too?
You got a bunch of stuff.
Shit. What?
Yeah, he got the Tascam 34. That's the mixer, right? Or is that the... No, wait, that's a reel-to-reel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he offered this guy $200 for the Fostex. So it was like brand new, unused. And then the guy like threw in the other two too.
Damn.
And plus the tape.
I picked up a Fostex 4-track for repair today. It was very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Fostex X15 Series 2. Little black box with
That's right.
weird fender-looking knobs on it.
Any Fostex users out there? Yeah, we might have to try
And also one of the forum guys, I think he's a forum guy, Andy Big Beats, he goes by on Instagram, just mailed me his 424 today. He's got a...
Oh, what? That's awesome.
He's got a dead, I guess a dead track channel. I think it's channel either 3 or 4 is not recording. It'll play back, but it won't record.
Cool.
So we'll be covering some info about
Awesome.
repairing the record path on one of those.
Oh shit, David has the X28H. I don't know anything about the Fostec one, so is that like bigger than the... I'm assuming that one's like probably has more channels or something than the 15.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The Fostex stuff really,
looks pretty cool.
But Fostex and Tascam were all competing for the same market, so the feature set is similar, the functions are similar. I mean,
but that's what that's kind of like...
It's not apples to apples, but it's
Right.
it's really not apples to oranges either.
That's kind of like what we were saying last night too. Is I think I weighed in on like, because like a lot of people seem to have that question as to why does Tascam seem like it seems to be the most popular, and also the like some people don't even
Well,
I don't know.
The Tascam always felt like a more solid machine. I don't care which model you have. When you hold it, it physically feels more stout and
Robust,
reliable.
yeah. I was thinking too.
I feel like the workflow and the user interface is easier to understand on just about everything Tascam made, whereas Fostex, like, this shit's complicated. There's the knobs look all, there might be like 4 different knob styles on one box. It's got lights and shit all over the place and jacks out every side, and just, it's kind of a fucking mess. It looks like a little kid drew it with a crayon, and then like Japanese engineers made it happen. It's kind of the Fostex and the
Maybe that's what
Yamahas.
happened. The Fostex CEO was like gave it to his kid to design, and then
Well, the Fostex and the Yamahas and stuff to me always kind of felt like a little. I don't know, man. It's like a little bit like Play School or something. There's something not quite
well,
like.
Yamaha like makes so many different things. I feel like they probably just got in on it because those were selling at the time, and they were like, all right, let's make a bunch of these too. I mean, Yamaha makes everything from like snow blowers to like dirt bikes to like, I don't know, like pretty much any kind of mechanical. I mean, music gear. I mean, my speakers are Yamahas. Like, you have those Yamaha. It's like they make all sorts of stuff. Leaf blowers. I don't even know. So many things I can't even. But my point was like maybe that I know at least in our area, I don't think they even sold. Well, no, where I grew up on Long Island and city area, it's like there was never. I don't remember ever seeing Fostex though. I remember seeing like Tascam and like.
Fostex was big through Musician's Friend and AMS and.
It was like a mail away one. Because I feel like Tascam had the market. It must have had a marketing thing. Because like you see, I don't know, or maybe there's just more Tascam stuff, and that's.
Not really too sure why it worked out the way it did, but.
But it's just it is.
Well,
strange,
Tascam
though.
came out of TIAC, and TIAC already had a foothold, making all sorts of shit. TIAC also acquired Rian, so you had Rian jacks and switches and all sorts of shit under that same umbrella. TIAC was making reel-to-reel and boards and all sorts of shit,
Yeah, so they kind of
in the 70s through the 70s. So when TIAC became the back company for the Tascam brand blanket, that's already an established company.
Yeah.
All of their marketing streams were there. All the revenue streams were already there. They're just pushing a product with a different name on it.
That's what I hypothesized last night. It had to be
totally
something like that because.
And Fostex, I'm not sure who was behind that company, what the parent company was, but it's sort of like some of their shit was sort of almost a freak show to try to work with. Like I told you, the first one I had, I think it was like an X2 or something like that. It had a button that you push to toggle the track.
Whoa.
It had one input.
That's a weird design.
It had one input. It had a headphone out. It had RCA outs. It had volume sliders for the 4 tracks. It had a tone knob for each track and a pan knob for each track. And either a yellow or a green button. Can't remember. You push that button though to toggle like which track was going to record, and then there was like a safe mode. If you pushed it like a 5th time, then it wasn't recording anything and it was all safe.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was really like, fuck am I supposed to do with this? So when it died, I wasn't really too sad.
Yeah. Really good riddance.
Well, it was. I mean, you can only record 1 track at a time. What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do with that? I can't work that way. Even when I was a kid, I couldn't work that way. Last thing I used it for was recording my punk band. We drove down to Poughkeepsie and we borrowed a drummer. She'd never heard the band before even. She played drums on her record. So we had a 3-channel realistic mixer. 1 mic on the vocals, 1 on the guitar amp, 1 over the drums. She had triggers actually, so the mic was between the live drum kit and a giant bass amp that she had. It was like a 58 thing. So I live mixed that whole thing to 1 track. And that was the last thing that was ever recorded on that machine.
Oh my God, that sounds like
It sat in the back of that car for the trip from Poughkeepsie back to Saugerties, and somewhere in that journey, it died. It died. The PC board, when I opened that thing, the PC board was cracked right in half. No physical damage on the outside, but the PC board was cracked. So, I think
that's a weird weather day or something.
It was hot as fuck. It was like July or August, but I don't know. No idea.
But that, it was literally I don't know, what is that, a 40-minute drive, an hour drive or something?
Yeah.
That's crazy that it.
4 stoned kids in a fucking Dodge Omni, and this was in 1997, maybe 8.
That's crazy. But yeah, you don't know who made Fostex.
I don't know who the parent company is. I'm sure it's probably a Japanese manufacturer, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, that's what that's what I think about. I mean, that's what I hypothesize about Yamaha too. Is like they just make tons of electronics, tons of mechanical stuff. Like
Yeah.
once you have a factory, I guess set up.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know how Yamaha works or how the company's structured, but they seem like they make a lot of different things.
they
A
do.
lot of different kinds of things. They all are made pretty well, I think.
I think Honda's Yamaha's engineering department is, you know, they've made reliable and long-lasting products
Yeah.
for fucking ever. I mean, you can find like their motorcycles
I
and
wonder
shit
if
from
that
like
was
the
like
'60s that
right,
still run.
yeah.
It's, you know,
That's, I mean, I wonder
you
if
can't fuck with that.
they were just kind of saw that as like another like, well, we had the technology to make this. Why don't we just make these too? But that makes a lot of sense. So I think it's, you know, the marketing arm of TIAC, like you said, and the Tascam stuff just being ubiquitous. Is that the right word for 4-track cassette recording? But yeah, where are we gonna chat? I feel like we've been. Let's see.
So going back to Rodrigo, if there's some weird frequency shit happening, man, I would try demagnetizing it. There's, you know, Mike's got a tutorial video on demagnetizing the heads. There's no reason not to do it. I mean, it's, you know, it may not help, but it's not going to hurt. Just make sure that, you know, when you're doing anything that revolves around that, you have your tapes far enough away. But yeah, there's no reason not to try it. Fostech started from TIAC engineers who quit. Huh. Well, that's interesting.
Lev Andre Glesnes. Yeah, it's right here. I got it on the green hoodie.
Fostex was founded by Foster Electric, who have been developing high-quality speaker components since 1949. Fostex continues to develop quality products for professionals and hi-fi enthusiasts. Wow, it's interesting.
Yo, later, Rob. Thanks for coming through.
Have you heard the Wolf DI and whether it is as good? I have not heard the Wolf DI box, but if you have a link to it, I'll check it out. I think that Bo Hansen DI though is like unfuckwithable. It's sort of like, you know, for a DIY, it's really you know, about the best sounding thing you could do, especially on the sort of cheap. And we still, John, I think it was you I was talking to about doing a combo reamp and Bo Hansen, and that's also on my to-do list, so I haven't forgotten about you. Your thing is saying low battery, Mike.
Oh.
10%.
Uh-oh.
Did
Alright,
you
we're
bring
gonna
an
get
adapter?
Yeah, it's in my the front pouch of my guitar case. I think. Yeah. Yeah, we just gotta get the phone plugged in. We're running a little low on juice. Yeah. Guys, it's exciting to see a lot of new faces in the Task fam. Oh, this side. At the Task fam in the Task chat tonight. That's awesome.
Now we just gotta get
Yeah, I dropped the ball. I forgot a bunch of stuff. I forgot my extension cord and. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. We're gonna probably keep hanging out for a little bit. We're just getting.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go get sandwiches.
We're gonna get some. We're gonna go to the gas station and get sandwiches. Or Jay's gonna get a sandwich. I'm still fasting today, so.
You know you want a fucking sandwich.
No, What is it? 9:45 Eastern. Yeah, it's getting kind of late. Yeah, I definitely did, man. I definitely feel silly, but I feel good. You know, I don't know. I needed a reboot. Like I said, I was eating so much garbage, and then like my body today was just like not having it, so I had to do a fast. Like I said, intermittent fasting I think is a very healthy thing to do. So a few of them weren't what I was looking for. Okay, so I guess Coop's still doing some video. Is still accepting submissions for the tape. Sorry, we got some.
Sorry about the Wigglage family.
Oh, nice. That's a cool clip. Yeah,
Good if I can make it do it.
Oh don't know. You want to wrap it like 10, Jay? That'll probably be good. I think, by the way, guys, I think we're going to be, I don't know. Let's see what you guys think. We're probably going to start streaming.
You powered up there?
I don't want to like, I think it should be, yeah. Hold on. The chat might drop for a second. I'm just going to check something. We may have just dropped there for a second. Sorry, we were just checking the power. For some reason, when you back out of the YouTube app, it, I don't know, glitches out. But, yeah, I've been wanting to submit a track too, Coop. I've just been super, I've been prioritizing some other stuff lately. Just stuff I got to get done. If I remember correctly, you start about 3 feet out the button. Oh yeah, the DMAG stuff. I don't know too much about it. I don't know if you get Amazon down there, Rodrigo, but that's where you can get DMAGs and stuff, DMAG wands for pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see why. Or if you have some kind of similar site, there should be something. Somebody's got it. Should be making something.
I would think that. Well, I mean, even if you can't get a demagnetizer shipped to you by Amazon, I'm sure that like somebody in the, if you get hooked up on the TaskFan board, we could probably pool resources and figure out something for you.
Oh wait, Jonathan just had a question here. Having trouble with tuning while recording bass. Can't tell if bad tuning is bass or my ears or tape speed. Any EQ tips that might help? Are you talking about like tuning a bass guitar?
Well, tape speed will definitely affect your tuning, but what are you hearing? Is it tuning fluctuation? Is it...
Oh, having trouble with tuning while recording bass. I mean, I would say, John, yeah, Jay's got some ideas, and I would also say, I don't know, is your bass just like out of tune? Does it need to be set up?
Well, also is
it just sounds like I would start with what's causing the bass.
Does the tuning sound like it's wobbling on playback, or is it just something you're hearing?
Oh, okay, yeah. So I don't know, Jonathan, I'm sure you heard that, but is it wobbling on playback or something you hear in the headphones? I would start with the source, though. I mean, I feel like 9 times out of 10, it's the source. So
yeah. Check your intonation, and also I don't know where you are, but this time of year there's pretty drastic weather changes that happen, which can throw the relief of your neck out and fuck up your whole situation.
The neck could be twisted, or it could
go all to hell, and that could be a big source of melody.
Try playing an open E and then try playing on the 12th fret and measuring that on a tuner and seeing how out it is. The tuning sounds different based on speaker or EQ settings.
Tuning sounds different based on tuner or EQ settings.
Speaker or EQ settings.
Huh.
I don't know, man. Jay's thinking that one over. He's heading out into the green room for a second. Nut may be moving. Whoa.
Well, yeah, you certainly don't want the nut moving. I think I would do a comparative study. Play, tune a bass and a guitar both to A440 standard tuning. Lay down identical notes, maybe pedal some notes on the tape with each instrument, and sort of give it an overall listen and try to notice if the pitch of the instrument is warbling like it's tape speed, or if it's actually an anomaly with the bass itself. I would suspect that it's the instrument itself.
Yeah, that's what that was my initial inclination too, is most likely is the instrument. Especially if you're not getting it, or yeah, like Jay's saying, are you getting any?
But I don't know why EQ settings would make a difference. The only time I've ever had, well, listen, if your gain is running hot though, and you push the EQ in the right way, that's how you end up with things in Guitar World like octave up. You'll get like almost like an additional frequency resonance because there's so much gain and so much clipping happening.
But the EQ can't tune the...
No, but the EQ can push the gain. So if you're running the gain hot already and you crank the high end or the low end, you increase the gain of that stage.
Gotcha.
which could push that whole thing into some sort of intermodulation.
Yeah, I mean I guess that's a possibility. I don't know too much about it, but uh, I would check those two things out, and I wonder if are you getting the same issue when recording a guitar? Do you notice that in the bass frequencies of like a guitar? I know it's not as low, but
Well, that's why I'm saying, like, print yourself pedaling an open E on the guitar, and then print an open E pedal on the bass, and then fret the fifth fret on the E string on both instruments and pedal that, and see where the anomaly lies and how it's working.
yeah, right. Then you can at least compare, and then you can figure out like if it's your instruments or what.
My guess is that your bass probably has shifted with seasonal shift, depending on where you are.
That's what
really
Jeremy's
common.
saying too. Yeah,
And I would bet that your intonation is probably
yeah.
way out.
That's
like,
what I was thinking. Like,
intonation doesn't usually really rear its head until you get down near and past the 12th fret, but if it's really wacky, terrible, you could hear it as high as 7 or 9.
yeah, and it's.
I
I
mean,
mean, it seems like with basses too. Like, I think they're depending on the bass, they can be prone to the neck twisting. I think mainly because the low E string is such a higher gauge than the G string. So like,
but actually, on a
I've
bass,
seen basses that I've had basses that were twisted like
but
that.
if you feel the string tension on a bass, the thinner string actually has more overall tension on it than the low does.
Well, maybe that's maybe that's how it's twisting
Could be.
then. But like
Could be.
I've had basses where like that was the case, and essentially, well, I've had one bass, and the bass was just shot. It was like, I don't know, it was a cheap bass, and
Yeah.
you know,
But I mean, seasonal shift and therefore seasonal adjustment is definitely a thing in
Sure.
instrument world. So
sure.
unless you're like me and you luck out and you have one that doesn't really move. I only have one.
Oh, Mr. Nano, what's up? You're
Nano.
not you're a little late, Mr. Nano, but you could always watch the replay. I think we're winding down here. Jay disappeared now. My watch is like. If you have any questions, Mr. Nano, hit us up. We're just answering a few last questions about bass and stuff. I don't know. How's it looking, chat? Is this like? Is it like how is the stream health right now? I can't tell if like people. I can't tell. This is tricky, man. Because the phone moved a little bit, but I think we're still good. Let me check over here. Oh no, that's still good on there. So this one like froze up.
Yeah, it seems like the tablet has that tendency. I'm not sure why. Maybe because it's trying to stream on the same login.
Cafe says it's still going, so I gotta take a leak.
There you go. And here I am. Video's blurry, but still going. Mr. Nano, never too late. Never too late. Ask away. We're here for a little while yet. And you can always get us on the forum, 424recording/forum. You can email me directly if you have specific questions, operationaudio@gmail, or you can email Mike, 424recording@gmail. And we do our best to try to answer the questions that you guys ask. So, definitely feel free. Any thoughts on the Fostex 280? I'm actually not familiar with it, but I'll do a little research while we're sitting here talking. So the Fostex 280, it actually looks like a nice machine. Yeah. Looks like a good mixer section. A lot of sort of post sends and things. Yeah, that actually looks like a.
Whoa, that's cool.
Doesn't it? See that? Watch.
Whose is that?
That's what Mr. Nano is asking about.
Whoa.
This is on Reverb, but
Sold? Did you get that one, Nano?
there's
Or is it another one?
There's a lot of great functions on there, though. That looks really cool. It's an 8-channel mixer, basically, and then control over 4 tracks. Yeah, I would say hell yeah. The digital transport might be troublesome at some point, but other than that, I mean, can't be any worse than like the 424, and even that has not that many real issues. So yeah, I'd say that's a pretty tight looking little machine.
Yeah, cool. It gets a thumbs up from Travis too, which I think is enough for me.
Saving money to buy it, good. Yeah, yeah. Dolby, everybody with the noise reduction.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Found it cheap and saving some money. That's the way to do it. Don't take
Oh,
out the
yeah.
credit. I did the whole video on that too.
Yeah.
Acquiring gear. That's smart. Save it. Save the money, and if you still want it when you got the money for it, you definitely want it.
Damn, that BX20 is sweet, Travis. I would love to have one of those things.
Whoa, what is that? I've never heard of that.
Look it up. I'll show you. Dave was after one for a while. So it's a giant reverb tank here. See, that's the cabinet,
Whoa.
and then that's the springs. It's like a big column tower with giant springs that run vertically.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're dope as fuck, man. Here's like actually that's a really like OG gut shot of one.
What is it called? AKG.
BX20.
Whoa.
It's like the most massive spring reverb probably ever built by an actual company. Yeah, they're tight.
These dudes aren't scrimping on the gravy.
Yeah, obviously not, huh? Is there a gold foil reverb in there anywhere hiding out?
Yeah, send it over, Travis.
Yeah. Any recommendations for monitors? The cheaper the better. Mr. Nano, I wouldn't skip out on your monitor situation.
Yeah, what's your price range, I guess, too?
Yeah. I would buy something decent and used if you can't afford good new. There's a lot of people that tend towards like these little Mackie mini monitors and stuff I think they're black and green. It's like a 3-inch woofer or something.
Oh, yeah.
Multimedia monitors. Like don't waste your money. You're gonna be looking to upgrade those before you even get settled into them. Get a used set of maybe Yamaha HS5s or something a little more commonplace than that. That'll at least hold up. All right, David. Let's be in touch soon about that preamp deal. But like I said, I haven't forgotten you. Have a great night, though, and good luck with that code.
And good luck with all your new realtor reels.
Yeah, hell yeah, that too.
Sounds like you got your hands full.
Man.
That's awesome, David. I'm super jealous. Congrats on the acquisitions, my friend. And thanks for coming through the streams. It's awesome seeing all you guys. And we got a lot of new faces coming through, which is fun. Thanks for all your questions tonight, guys. Thanks for everybody for sticking around. Well, what do you say, Jay? Should we go get some gas station sandwiches?
Yeah, I mean, if you want, are you gonna eat? You're gonna just watch me eat?
I'm probably just gonna watch you eat.
Jesus, I hate that. All right, well, I guess we'll call it a night then. If that's what you're feeling. I mean, you guys got any last minute questions? We'll give you like 5 more minutes. And,
5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes, Mom.
It's getting dark out.
And then we're gonna go get some gas station sandwiches, or I am, and Mike's gonna watch me eat it.
Yeah, I gotta do a post-session wind down, but yeah. I just put a bagel in the toaster.
Damn it.
Nice, Travis.
Good luck with it, Travis. Enjoy.
Yeah, have fun. Guys, thank you all so much for coming through. A A lot of familiar faces. The task fam is come through, and we had a lot of new faces, which is fun. Yeah, so we're gonna be changing up. I think we might start a little bit earlier in April, 7 p.m. I think we're talking about.
Fine with me.
So maybe.
So if we start at 7, are we gonna use that time to go longer, or are we gonna try to end a little earlier?
I guess either or, whatever we're feeling. Yeah, I just we could go an extra hour. That's something I want to talk to you about tonight at the gas station, actually.
All right.
So,
Mr. Nano.
but yeah, I don't know if that'll really affect, because like if people are showing up at 8, and we'll just be going for earlier. You know, I don't know. So it might not matter too much to a lot of these people, a lot of these guys, a lot
Nano,
of the fast fan, but
we have some really kick-ass gas station sandwiches up here we were talking about earlier. Almost sort of like gourmet.
Recording in digital, that's awesome. Yeah, that's well, yeah, this is like legit. This place, it's not. Yeah. I mean, we could take the stream to the.
Oh my god, I don't know if it'll stream. The service over there sucks.
So we could do a field trip to the gas station. It's basically like the gas station is like a completely different arm of this place. It's kind of like a place that makes really good sandwiches that has a gas station.
It's like, yeah.
It's basically like a mini food store, like a legit food store.
I'm trying to think of like what the Spanish would be for it.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something clever, and the more I think about it, the worse it's getting. So, yeah, but
that's awesome, though.
Suffice it to say, though, yeah, we don't settle for just any cheap imitation gas station sandwiches.
Yeah, that's hilarious, though. Or like recording in digital. Yeah, we try not to do. We don't really do low octane, but this is like, this is yeah. Maybe we'll post something to Jay's Instagram or my Instagram, 424 Instagram.
Estación de Servicio, yeah. Servicio, I guess. It's yeah. It's chingon.
Yeah.
But
all right,
yeah, man. So
I guess that's it, man.
All right, I guess no further questions, Your Honor. So we're gonna call it. We're gonna wrap it for the night, family, and pick it back up.
Yeah, it's basically a Wawa twin. We don't have any up this way, but
no, I think the last Wawa is like at the border of Pennsylvania.
Rodrigo said chingo. How do you say that? Chingon.
Chingon
Is Mexican.
Well, I don't know though, because I mean I'm not debating where it comes from, but I spent a lot of time with a bunch of El Salvadorian guys working and stuff, and I learned a lot of not so nice Spanish words from them, and that was one of them. So, yeah, it's like awesome, but I understand that in the other parts of the world, if you use it, it's also like motherfucker too.
What?
Like, hey, chingones. Like, hey, you motherfucker.
All right, chingones. We're gonna head out. Yo, guys, thank you so much for everybody for coming out. Mr. Nano, Rodrigo, we got Twin coming through. Travis.
Twin wants one. Teach him. Yeah. See, I know that's also true.
We've got the whole fam here. John,
so Twin.
Matt.
The best one is Mama Me Pinga. That's you can look that up independently. I'm not gonna elaborate, but yeah.
So there you go, Twin. Little extracurricular there for you.
There you go.
All right,
Careful
guys.
how you use it.
Thank you so much for coming out. We're gonna be signing off. Thanks for coming out for another Wizard Wednesday, another successful Wizard Wednesday. All you guys that came out.
That one.
Yeah, hit us up on the forum, 424recording.com/forum. Drop a like if you like this. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Turn on the bell for notifications, you nerd, so you know when we go live.
Twin, I learned a lot of basic conversational Spanish working with those guys, but I think really what I learned most was really bad things and how to insult people. So I tell people that.
Well, I feel like that's like a current through all.
Well, yeah, it's sort of
that's
like you
a
learn the
common
slang
ground,
first,
and
you know, basic conversation and slang. But so I always tell people that I know enough Spanish to get my ass kicked in just about any Spanish-speaking country, and that's sort of where I leave it. I don't even try. Like I meet people that speak Spanish, and I don't want to like misappropriate their culture by trying to like be that guy. So I just like do what I can.
That can be
in
more
mixed
offensive
language,
than,
and. So no disrespect intended with any Spanish you might hear me utter to any of our Spanish speakers, and certainly if you hear me use it and I'm using it wrong, tell me, because just a dumb New York gringo anyway, man. So
and we're gonna go eat some gas station sandwiches, so that tells you a lot about us. So yeah,
Pendejo's a good one. Mr. Nano, next live will be. Oh, now we're getting into it.
with the next slide. Oh, there's a lower way to call.
Oh man! All right, I think we should wrap it up. But if you want to start,
maybe that'll be next stream.
Start a thread on the forum in the miscellaneous category somewhere about all that, and we can discuss it and all of our multilingual curse words and derogatory phrases.
Let's do it. That sounds like fun.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
You do learn something every day.
But I will tell you that like the reason that I was talking before about like sort of ethnic and cultural foods. I feel like the fastest way to connect with people is through their cuisine. The fastest way to understand a culture is through the flavor of that culture.
The flavor of their gas station.
So even if you don't understand their language, you can understand where they're coming from when you break bread with them, on some traditional meals. And I try to live by that, because that's, food is real shit.
Yeah.
Talking's just talking.
And food is like an international constant with every culture. So an easy way to connect, breaking bread. So
thank you, Rodrigo. Yeah, we try to have fun. We try to make sure everybody's having a good time, and that
and everybody gets their recording questions answered.
Yeah, but in that having fun, we like to also make sure that it's everything that's going on is sort of happening like in a safe way. Everybody's having fun for the sake of fun.
Hell yeah.
So But so Mr. Nano, Mike will be live with you next Tuesday night. I'll be on the chat, and then next Wednesday night, the two of us will be together from Mike's studio control space.
Yeah, HQ.
And
but yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining the Task Fam. This is awesome.
And Mr. Nano and Rodrigo both.
And guys,
not already, get on the
forum. And there's a thread on the forum. We're making a world map for the Task Fam. So it's going to be like a living document, something we can keep adding to. Yeah. So we got people from all over the world, Canada, Russia. We had Vlad come through. I haven't seen Vlad in a while. We got Ukrainian friends, Londoners, all sorts of people coming from across the globe. So it would be cool to see where you guys are from and add you to the map. And so come through the forum and check it out.
Yeah, and
there's a lot of info there, and I'm sure you could add a lot to the combos, and also can always translate the stuff on Google Translate's amazing.
Yeah.
So
and don't ever worry for a second about like the language barrier.
Yeah.
Like trying to, ask your question the best way you can ask it, and we'll figure it out how to answer it for you in a way that makes sense.
Hell yeah.
So don't ever worry about that.
All right, gentle folk.
So
we will see you next time.
We have Elev from Norway.
Norway? What?
Whoa. Damn. Climbing out of the woodwork.
That's awesome. Man,
I want to go to Norway.
Yeah, we're going worldwide.
Damn.
Tim was actually just in Norway.
Was he?
Yeah, Tim from the channel. He was checking out the Northern Lights. He was up in Tromsø.
Damn.
Checking out the Northern Lights. Yeah.
Wow. That must have been something.
Doing some dog sledding doing some dog sledding, hanging out with some reindeer. and checking out the Northern Lights. So
It lives on the coastline, though.
that's crazy. Yo, TazFam is definitely taking over the world.
Well, all the new faces join the forum. Get involved. Ask your questions.
Yeah, much love, Mr. Nano. Oh, pretty far from Tromsø. That's awesome. That's the only place I know. So, guys, yeah, thank you so much for coming out tonight and hanging out. I know it's also different time zones
Twin
there.
live streams. Twin said today live streams, tomorrow the world. We're already conquering the world by way of the live stream. It's one and the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Multinational,
Hell yeah.
broad spectrum task famine.
That's right. So, guys.
So, all right, I'm gonna wrap this up. Hit me up, Operation Audio Gmail. Mic up 424 recording at Gmail. 424 recording /forum. YouTube 424 recording.
Yeah, you can always find us through the YouTube too.
Check the back videos. 424 recording on Instagram.
If you need more 424 recording, there's plenty of videos.
Operation _audio Instagram is me.
Yeah. We should put all this stuff in the description.
Yeah,
If people will find us.
it makes sense
like, you know,
to tell them anyway.
to drop it. Yeah, yeah.
But
you know, all that stuff. You got, you know,
so
you know where to find us.
Hit that thumbs up on this video and all the videos.
Like this if you like this. Yeah.
Subscribe if you're into it.
And
He'll catch you Tuesday night. I'll catch you with him on Wednesday night. And make sure you did something
you want to do.
You wanted to do today, and make sure you do something you want to do every day.
Friend speed, my gods. We'll catch you on the next live stream. We'll catch you on the next videos. And TazFam Kickstarter coming soon.
Coming soon.
So keep an eye out. And thanks for doing
the Task Famp.
The Task Famp for the Task Fam. All right, guys.
And there are videos you can watch on that as well if you have any questions about what that is.
Yeah. Yep.
So peace out, y'all. Be safe. Be well. Gas station sandwiches.
Gas station sandwiches await. Peace.
Deuces.